Hello everyone, and welcome to Joe and Zach Survival. Today we're going to do a video, a little follow-up on the plantain plant. We've done a couple of them already this year. So we've already went through the identification and everything on it, but for those of you that are here for the first time, you can go back and look at a video, but this is what the leaves look like. They're real common. The plant grows all over the United States. I'm sure a lot of other places too. Now right here, we're going to be picking the seeds this time, and these are ready to go. And I've been waiting for this for a long time. You know, this one here, you can see they go from a greener color, and then they start getting kind of this darker color on it, and then they'll get real dark. And you can tell when they're ready, because you can just take your hand like this and you pull, and those seeds just come right off. So what we're going to do is going to collect them, and then I'm going to let them sit and dry for a couple of days, and then we'll try to get them winnowed, and then we can grind those into either a flour, or what I'm going to try to do is make plantain peanut butter, and I've been excited about this all year. Oh, we're coming along pretty good. I don't know, I've been at this about 10 minutes. I got about a half of a bucket so far, but I'm going to give you guys a little tip. I almost forgot this. When you're pulling these off, you can pull them this way, and they come off fairly good, but you'll get some of the bigger ones where it just doesn't want to come off that good, and then you end up breaking it. But if you just snap these and take it like this and go backwards, it just slides right off every time. So then you get, you know, the most amount of it out of it anyway. It just pops right off. And you have to be careful if you get any, let's see if we have any of them here. Here's one. If you get any of these that are, you'd think you'd want to pick these. I mean, it's real brown, but if I look at it, all the little things are open and the seeds have already fell out. So like this one here, I mean, it pulls off real nice, but there's nothing there. So keep that in mind. Here's a nice big one here. Grab it and go backwards. Slides them all right off. So, well, I gave that about 45 minutes of picking, and as you can see, I got quite a few of them. It'll be interesting to see what we end up with, because the seeds in these are really tiny, and they're quite big right now. They have to dry. So I've also got sumac drying here for winter, but I'm just going to dump these on here and let the sun take care of it for a couple days. We got low humidity right now, and then I'll probably get impatient like I usually do, and I'll throw it in the oven to finish it up. But anyway, we'll come back here in a couple days and we'll see what we can get for seeds out of this. Okay, so our plantain seeds, they've had them outside for 4 or 5 days now, and we've had some really warm weather, dry, no rain, so they're really dry right now. And so what I've been doing is I looked up, and there's 2 different ways. I mean, we've got to get this sheath off of the seed. And I thought, okay, that's not going to be that big of a deal. And it really wasn't, but it was kind of a little bit of a setback trying to figure out how to do it. I mean, if you can see this, these are the seeds. And here is a match head. They're just tiny. But you do get them pretty quickly. And one of the methods was you parch them first, and then you go ahead and then winnow them and get all that stuff off of them. Well, that's fine, but they smell like coffee when you do that. So I've just been taking them now when they're dry like this, and I put them in here, and I take them and just rub them between my fingers. And they do actually, when you parch them, it does come off a little bit easier, but I just can't imagine anything that tastes like coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, but it smells exactly like coffee. So if I do this, and then you just take it, of course I usually do this outside, and blow on it, and it almost seems like you're panning for gold, because then eventually you start to get some black seeds around the corner. Okay, well, as you can see now, I've got that. You saw how much was in there, and I just keep going through it with my fingers. Blow on it to get that out of there, and see, you end up with quite a few seeds. I mean, this is still a dirty batch. I still got some to go through here, but you do get down to it. So I am going to go through this, and we're gonna try this out. I think it's going to be very interesting, to say the least. Well, we finally have our plantain seeds all winnowed, and you can see there's a little bit of chaff in there, but not much. I mean, that's just millions and millions of tiny seeds in here. And, you know, it wasn't quite as bad of a deal. I mean, I wouldn't, you know, I don't know if I'd want to do tons and tons of this because it is time consuming, but it's really interesting and I've been looking forward to this. So now we'll just take and get it in here and see if we can grind it up. I don't know how that's going to grind in there because it's so fine already. Hopefully it'll grind up into a nice little powder and we'll see what happens. So one thing we have to keep in mind with the plantain seeds is they contain some of the same chemical compounds that you find in like laxatives and stuff like that. So I'm not wanting to make a whole bunch of this. I just want to make enough to try the plantain peanut butter recipe and feed it to my kids and see what happens. Well, that grind took a long time. Them are some tough little seeds. I kept checking it, and I ended up throwing this thing out on the deck and let it run for 15 minutes just trying to get it down to a powder. It did get down there. This is another one of them deals where if I had a regular little grain grinder it'd be awesome. But yeah, part of it's really powdery and that's what I wanted. I think this will still work. So I think we'll go ahead and try to make some of that plantain peanut butter. And let's see how that turns out. Okay, for the plantain peanut butter, I got the recipe out of Tom Brown's Guide to Wild Edible and Medicinal Plants. And I've been waiting to try this. And it's supposed to mix 50-50 with butter. Plantain, flour, and butter. So I measured out 2 tablespoons of butter, put it in the microwave to get it softened up. And now we'll get 2 tablespoons of this. Mix that in with it. Looks like chocolate milk, very dark chocolate milk. So you can kind of see what we end up with there. I'm going to throw this in the freezer to have it harden up for a little bit, a couple minutes, and we'll be right back.
Plantain peanut butter, now we're going to try it out. You show them what it looks like somewhere?
Yep, I did.
Okay. Take a little bit of it. It does kind of look like chocolate with a little bit of like...
I don't think it's going to taste like chocolate. I don't know what to... It's weird.
It's like, maybe you were to take kind of like spinach. Kind of like a little bit...
No, I don't think so. I mean, I can taste the butter in it,
maybe it's the
but
butter part of it though.
it's a little bit gritty because the seeds aren't as fine as it could be if it was with the grinder, but...
Really rich though, I don't think you need a whole bunch of it.
But like on a peanut butter sandwich, I mean, it's not bad. It just doesn't... If it had some sugar, it might be better.
Maybe some sugar now, maybe.
Don't eat a lot of it because this has the same stuff in it that laxatives do. So if you're going to the gym...
I'll be lifting. Oh gosh.
All right, well, it worked. Plantain peanut butter. I always wanted to try that, and now we got to. So give it a try. Thanks a lot for watching the Joe and Zach Survival Channel.